You ready?
Yep.
All right. So we are here today with an important person, and let me get myself together. All right. So yeah. So we are here today with my grandmother, Miss Mildred Killings, and she has made it very clear she don't want to be seen. She just wants people to hear her out. So we're gonna get right on into it. So say hey, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
Grandma, don't say hey, Grandma. Just tell the people hey.
That's my way of saying hey.
All right. So, uh, with usually doing these interviews, I am very improper. So, we're just gonna start off with how was life growing up?
Um, at my house, it was real strict. My mom and dad didn't believe in no shenanigans. What they told you, you did. No questions asked. And if you didn't, you got your backside.
All right. So this can lead to my it can lead to my first question. So, um, how do you feel about the um the younger generation and discipline and how the lack thereof is impacting the younger generation?
Well, I said they don't know what they missing because you always had Wednesday night in my house to look forward to. That was called church night because my dad would remind you of everything you ever done. And he would get down to business and turn you up. And believe me, he didn't forget nothing.
Okay, so you saying that you got all right? Was you one of the ones that got a lot of whoopings growing up?
Only because I cried because the other ones were crying. I was very emotional. And if one got a whooping, my dad had to whoop me too. Girl, shut up, so my,
So
because I would cry.
so you saying that you got a whooping because you were crying?
Yeah, because I cried for my brothers and sisters most of the time when they got a whooping, it was me that told on them.
Grandma, you was a snitch.
Yep.
Ain't no way we got snitching in our blood. Lord.
Well, I wasn't what I would call it a snitch. They'd ask me something and I'd tell them.
Right.
See, I didn't know how to be slick and lie like my brothers and sisters. Because I said, yes, they done it over there. And I get to talking and everything was laid out.
Oh wow. So all right. So you grew up in a household with your mom and your dad. So
Yep, we had. That was 8 of us, 4 boys and 4 girls. And we didn't have that much, but it was love in that house. So I'm telling you what, the girls had their room, the boys had their room, and everybody, oh, there were 2 girls to a bed.
hmm, okay. So
And guess what?
what?
We had a single bed.
So all right. So you had two rooms, a boys' room and a girl room, and
Uh
the girl
huh.
room, y'all had four girls at the share bed and four guys at the share bed. That's what you're saying.
Uh huh.
Okay. That's
And we didn't think nothing like people do today.
right.
You know, my brothers, I'm telling you though, my daddy was a, what you call, He didn't want the boy to do nothing. We got up.
Okay, so he was one of the
chauvinist.
yeah. So he had all the women do everything, and the
Yeah,
guys
we
went out.
got up. We made the pie. We cooked and cleaned. But the boys, he didn't allow boys in his kitchen.
Okay.
No, that was a no.
Yeah. Okay. So where I don't think I've ever. Where did y'all grow up?
In several places. I was born in Jones County.
Okay.
We moved to Harrisburg when I was 9 years old.
Okay. So was it more of a country setting or a city setting?
Yeah, we lived in the country. We stayed on Mr. Tom Bullock's place, and believe me, when I said it was almost slavery, it was there. Because my mom worked for his wife, and Dad worked for him.
Okay. So when growing up, right? You grew up in Southern.
I was the oldest girl.
Oldest girl. All right. You being the oldest girl, you hold a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So tell me about your responsibilities that you had.
They helped me accountable for everything. I guess I do not have this here. I'm gonna tell it mentality because they were Mildred. I said, I wanted the finger to the other one. I said, well, if I'm gonna be messed up, y'all gonna be in it too.
Right.
Cause they tried to pass the book to me. Midget, that was my name, Midget, a nickname.
Okay.
Midget didn't tell us. I said, well, I told them. We had, in our family, we had my sister next to me was my baby. Mama gave everybody a baby.
Right.
That person next to you, that was your baby. You took care of that baby, and whatever they were supposed to do, they didn't do then. They helped you responsible for it.
Okay. So, all right. You grew up and you was born in 1949, and you had a family of 8. You had both mothers. I mean, you had not both mothers, Lord. You had both mother and father.
Yeah.
So that would means you were growing up in
They didn't disagree. At the end of the day, when Daddy came home, Mama told him everything we had done. That's when I said on Wednesday night was a count night. You gave me an account.
Okay, all right. So you being a black woman, especially a young black woman growing up in that time. So what was have you ever had any experiences with racism?
Well, like I said, my daddy was strict, and he didn't stand no mess. Once he told you something, he told us, don't listen to the radio. Oh, it was on then. We waited until he left, and we blasted the radio. But I guarantee you, when he was around, we were like little mouse. We were in the corner.
Y'all didn't touch that radio when he was around.
All
right, but tell me some experiences you had with racism growing up in the black in the South.
Lord. Well, like I said, my daddy and my mama both worked for white people.
Right.
Now, we really didn't experience racism because they had 4 boys. And we thought they had like they were our brothers and sisters. We bounced
the white people
just like we bounced our brothers.
Right. The white people you worked for, they had 4 boys.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did mom and your mom and dad
That
did?
my daddy was a trucker. He run heavy equipment for Bullock Trucking Company for 30 years.
Okay.
My mom was a maid.
Of course, a lot of them was maids back. So did they ever like tell y'all like personal, like not personal things, but like they ever like told y'all like the how to deal with stuff when like how to talk to white people when you around them? They never talked about that.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't have to deal with that.
Okay.
The baby boy, he was principal of Purvis High School.
Okay.
I think he retired from that. You know those apartments over that Forest Laurel
I probably don't.
on 28th Avenue.
If I see him, I probably know him. I don't. It's not one.
Anyway, that guy owned that one, and the other boy, Lord, it was John Ray Lord. I can't think of the other. Oh, Wiley and Thomas Jr. And like I said, we played with them like they were our brothers and sisters. If one of them hit us, we beat on them just like they were our brothers and sisters. We didn't have no kind of conflict. And we moved out around them when we got old enough to know the difference.
Okay.
We didn't experience no racism or nothing like that until we moved in the black neighborhood.
Oh man, what? How did that like? How to explain that?
Because they would throw. Because when I heard the word cracker, I thought they were talking about a little cracker. I they don't have nobody Caucasian.
Oh Jesus!
We hadn't had it before, but I tell you what.
Okay, so you saying this? So you saying that your mom being a maid and you grew up around them, that they were not. They was more open to being around black people.
They treat us like family.
Okay, so that leads me to say, leads me to believe that most. I ain't gonna say most, but there are some cases where the black and the white dynamic wasn't so.
We knew the difference. We know our skin color.
Right.
Was different, but for his family go, he would, Mr. Tom would come to our house and eat, and we go to his and eat.
Okay.
I mean, so we were never around they white men because we didn't want them. They stank to us.
Oh my God, Grandma! Why would you?
Well, I'm telling the truth.
Are you right?
When they sweat or got wet, they smell like a wet dog.
Oh my God! So that is very. This always confirmed, y'all. I didn't say it. She said it. Okay.
All right. I'm pretty sure that we smell different from them.
We probably smell like cocoa oil or something like that. When,
I don't know what we smell.
We put lotion on cocoa oil. We put stuff in our. We got all that extra stuff we put on. Yeah. I think white people just get up and go. They
would go. My brothers and the boys would go fishing with them, and if we went on picnics, we took them along like they were family.
Yeah. All right. So with that dynamic, and you move into the black neighborhood. So did you move to the black neighborhood when y'all moved to Hattiesburg?
No, that's what I'm saying. We stayed on Mr. Tom Bullock place. It was in the country.
Okay.
They lived on the hill and we lived on the shack in the bottom. We knew it was different, you know, because if you looked at our house, it looked like it was about to fall in, but it was a roof over our head. We was happy.
Okay. So give me let me see, give me a memorable moment from your childhood, something you remember the most.
Well, I tell you, the most happy time we had was Christmas. Now, when we got, I didn't know about, it wasn't no real Santa Claus until I was about 10 years old. Now, man, that was a heartbreaker.
So Santa Claus destroyed you, huh?
No, I found that after. I told my sister, I said, they've been lying to us all this time. She said, yeah, girl, you didn't know it. I said, heck no, not what.
Oh my Lord.
But they made it happen with, we may not got much, like food and stuff like that. Mr. Tom was out towards and stuff. I tell you, it was like, he would tell him, Mr. Tom, my family needs groceries. He tell us go over to it was a store in Harrisburg named ShopRite, back there on Mobile. No, it was a black owned shoe store, believe me.
You know, this is important to tell, because you know a lot of times we always hear the bad side about growing up in the South, and you never hear those dynamics where the white and the black actually get along, and the white people who aren't actually like super race. I'm pretty sure they had just maybe a little tension there, but he had enough humility to be like, okay, these guys work for me.
When they had their partisan things,
right,
we wanted, like, we didn't care.
Right.
Because we were partying. His daddy didn't care, because we were partying now ourselves,
Oh,
you
wow.
know. But my dad, he was, like I said, he was kind of strict type of guy. It was a no. If he said no, it was sit down. But for the most part, we played together on Sunday afternoon. Everybody would come to our house. We have baseball games and stuff like that after church.
Okay, see, that's good. I like to hear those type of stories where everything wasn't so aggressive back then. You know, because that's all. Sometimes that's what we like. Every time a black person tell a story, it's one of trauma.
Of course, you know that was people in the neighborhood we call upsetters, and that one lived under the hill didn't have much. We wanted the hill.
Right. But had a little bigger shack.
Yeah, there you go.
Had a little bit bigger shack.
Because that's what they was. Now, we had a black school teacher. She lived on 98. 98 was most of woods then, but she had a nice house, though. I remember her name was Miss Newsom. She taught the 5th grade at John Jefferson High in Purvis, where I graduated from. But then, you know, they was up to the folks, and you must be around all of that.
No, yeah, you're right. Nobody want to be around them. All right, so you have this great family dynamic, and you have a sense of family structure. So how did that trickle over into your own family when you got your own family? Like, what are some of the values that you took from your family when you grew up?
I found out it didn't mix because my husband had different. He didn't have no mom and dad. Well, his mom and he was raised by his grandma, by women.
Okay.
He didn't have the kind of family values I had, which wasn't his fault, I reckon.
Right.
But you know, like I said, at that time, I had became a Christian, and first thing they let you know, the man is the head, which the Bible says that, but it don't mean what some
literally.
men
So
take it to be.
I know what you're saying. They saying that some people. Well, you saying some people take that term
Mistake
super,
that as
super
what?
literally.
Yeah.
That's like whatever the man say goes. When that's not, I ain't gonna say that's not the case, but not used in malicious intent.
When it said that he is the head, that means that God put him to be the leader.
Right.
If every family part do what they're supposed to do, the family would fine.
Right.
But when you got women in men places and the man is the last one in the house, and it ain't gonna work. But
right.
when there's a properly working foundation like the Lord intends for it to be, it's beautiful. But
all right, so all right,
you hardly ever can find that now.
Right. Let's backtrack a little bit. So when did you get married?
When I was 18.
18 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, was he? You know what I'm saying? I don't think I really asked the story before. So was he? Did he like court you? He take you to a little movie or something, or he just?
Yeah, but all seven of my brothers and sisters.
Wait, how did that work out?
It worked out fine because we didn't go in the movies. We sent them.
Oh, okay. So you had to watch him, but you was going on a date.
I'm on a date.
Okay, you sent them in there and y'all did y'all dating thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Grandma, that was kind of
sneaky. So
sneaky.
he thought.
Grandma, that's kind of sneaky.
But Grandma was smarter.
Oh my God.
I said, no, baby, no ring, no thing.
Okay. So how long?
At least my mama and my dad told me that.
Right. All right. So when did he actually propose to you? Like how long?
He just said we get married, and we got married.
He didn't like do a whole thing. He just said, "Hey, let's get married." Very smooth. Very smooth.
No, it wasn't that smooth.
I know. I'm being facetious.
I'm being facetious. If I had knew better, see, I was from the country. I didn't know that no worldly stuff. He had been in the world, Chicago, stuff like that. I didn't know nothing about the world. What I learned from him.
Right. Okay. So, being that you got married at 18 and you wound up.
Didn't know, didn't.
Just green as the grass.
Yes, sir. Real green.
Green as the grass. All right, you get married and then you have your first child.
Because the first time we did the do, I said, this is, can I go home now?
Oh wow. Yeah, that's how it went. You was a virgin.
Yep. He was my first boyfriend, first husband, all that. First everything.
Well, Grandma, that's good. Now, most women don't do that. Most women don't get to that.
But I was determined that I wasn't going to do nothing.
Right. No ring, no thing. No ring, no thing. Know what you say? No ring, no thing. Okay. All right. So how old were you when you had your first child, which would be my mother?
I was. Your mother and I are 20 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
I will be 75 in 3 days, and she will be 55. Her birthday.
August. Yeah. 20 years apart. I'm just saying how old. You don't know how old you was when you had mama?
20.
Oh, okay. So 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, all right. How long? I
wasn't ready.
Okay. That's a story. Explain what you mean by that.
I just wasn't ready to. I didn't know how. I ain't gonna say I wasn't ready, but I didn't know how. But you got ready early, though.
Right.
When
You are
there
in terms of all right. Pause real quick. You say in terms of being ready. Like, are you saying being ready to be a mom or a wife or
being ready for none of that. I thought I would, but I ain't know. I just said you, I was green as grass.
green? Of course, you green as grass, but you know some people when they grow up, they mom teach them certain things like, hey, you're gonna need this when you get married.
No, we didn't mention sex in our house. Not like you saying that. But I had read books and things, you know. My name, of course, was Love Story Books, and I found out
that ain't nothing like the
Love
book.
Story wasn't
Yeah, it ain't
real
nothing
life
like
thing like Love Story.
it ain't nothing like the books. It ain't nothing like the books. All right. So how long was you married? Because you ain't gonna say not divorced. You've been divorced for 20 years. So you've been divorced for almost
30.
30 years.
No, it's more than 30. But if I had stayed married this year, would have been 52, 53 months of years.
Okay.
So I've been divorced more than I was married.
Yeah. So what? All right, I'm gonna ask just one question about it. So what was the most difficult part of being married? Or you can say a few things or a checklist.
Trying to communicate to my husband when he wanted selfish and want to be the dominant factor in our marriage.
Okay.
Whatever you said went, pardon.
So you saying that it was hard to communicate or tell, like express yourself in certain settings because he felt like what he said went.
And it felt like it went.
Okay. So the communication aspect, right? If you would
was not there because things we should have been communicating with one another, we didn't because he wasn't gonna hear it, Like right. I said, now I didn't know how to put my foot down and say, hey, bro, come on here, we're going to shut the door and do this out if we have to. But I didn't, I was saying, well, trying to be a Christian and a wife is real hard, especially when you isn't saying, you know how the Bible says, do not be unequally yoked.
Yes.
But that don't mean necessarily somebody that's a non-believer. You can have a believing catch. hockey stick.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the determining factor of y'all being divorced, being unequally yoked. Like he wanted certain things one way and
no, he just committed adultery. That's all.
No,
more than once.
You put it in simple terms like that, like that. Just
that's simple as what it was.
Okay, now this is something that I feel like is, I ain't gonna say it's a problem, but I see a lot of people doing it when your significant other commits adultery. How did you come to the conclusion to just up and leave? Because it's now I'm gonna explain why. Because a lot of days, I mean not a lot of days, a lot of times these days you got one partner that's cheating all the time, but then it's hard for the spouse to leave. So what in your mind, like what
not children.
Okay. That was it. That was the all right, I have to leave because
let me tell you, explain to you this. just out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know nothing about the world, you know. If I'd have left, if I had any sense, I would have left. Even my children had more sense than me. They would say, I said, don't you talk about your daddy. And then he was hard headed. That's our son, the only one we got.
Right.
He would say, Mama, he just ain't no good. I'm telling you. I said, don't say that about your daddy. I don't care what you think he's doing. And they knew more than I did because I wasn't. So here, I'm the last one that he had me thinking, I ain't doing nothing. But when you walk up and see something, then you have to believe it, don't you?
Walk like a duck and talk like a duck is a quack.
So, so I said, well, well, that wasn't the first time. When they were smaller, he left us and was living with the woman around the corner.
Mm.
I didn't know that either until later, and there was a couple of more. He was just a dead cheater.
Yeah, I see.
But I was trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Somebody had said, well, you can change them, baby. You can't change them. If they don't want to be changed, you can forget it.
Right, right. All right. So this is something that I admire about you, and I don't quite have myself. And you get on to me a lot by doing it, but you have to understand that I'm still being worked on. But your ability to still care about people who slighted you, like you told me. Wait, hold on. Wait. You told me the other day that if Grandpa was sick and dying, that you would have no problem going to take care of him, even though he slighted you.
I wouldn't. If I could do it, but as you see, I'm in this bed, I'd better take care of myself.
Right.
But I would send somebody to take care of him.
Right. Now this is I want to get into that. What is it?
The love of God. The love of God.
I understand that.
Because if it wasn't in me, you got to let it live in you. I understand that my husband, he wasn't brought up like I was. I was brought up in the.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what his environment was, but what he exhibited in our marriage was selfishness, and he only knew how to take care of himself.
Okay.
So when you got that combination, that's a bad combination. You don't know how to let nobody else in your life.
Right. So in other words, you felt sorry for him.
No, I love them.
No. I'm sorry in the aspect of how you knew his character was, and like you felt bad that he can't.
I'm just not accepting how his character was.
Okay.
If I accepted then, I probably would beat the hell out of
him. Okay. I can't see you beating nobody, Grandma. You too.
Oh, you can't, huh?
I mean, yeah, of course you beat us back in the day, but
you need to ask him about that one fight we had.
Now, see, this is tea. This is what I don't know this. I've been alive 28 years. I never knew this. What is it?
Oh, boy, it was down the brook. We had just got a brand new bedroom suit, and he had been out all night, and I guess he must have been hungry. Usually, when he come home, I had the tablet and the dinner, but there was no dinner. We didn't have At this particular time, we lived in a 2-room shotgun house.
Right. Okay.
And he came in, brought me some dried. Have you ever seen peas that dry? You
Yeah.
can just plumb them up.
Yeah.
You get over there and sell them peas and go fix me some meat. I had a toothache, baby. I had been crying all night with a toothache. Here's a baby over here,
Mm-hmm.
but your mama
Right.
didn't have no milk. And I didn't, it was at night, so I couldn't, we didn't have no phone, so I couldn't call my daddy or my mama. I had to wait till the next day, walk down. We lived on, for Outer Avenue, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On Outer, going to Dawson, on that highway, cars passed me. Mommy had my pants, and I'm trying to tote Daniel and the baby Daniel.
Right. Right.
And the diaper bag in the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally get down now, and I got up the nurse and asked my daddy, will you get the baby some milk, right? And no, you ain't never known my dad, but
No, I didn't.
anyway. He would do stuff for you, but he was going to talk about it for me. Dear God, if you're going to do it. Just don't let. Oh, he would talk about, I told you not to let that bastard, blah, 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 this and that.
That sound like a father.
Yeah.
Like a father.
And he would tell me, go get that baby some milk. He was getting up, going to get the milk. Cause now that I asked him for money, he had to get up for kids. So
I know he gave you some problems.
yeah.
Oh.
So I had just come back from my mama's house from getting food for me and Jennifer and the milk for the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna come there and shoot all his bulls for me. I wouldn't, and like I said, my feet were hurting. I wasn't in the mood out.
Right.
Somehow or another, this pretty white bed. He knocked me down on the bed. I said, oh, hello, no, he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I just lit in on it. And we broke that bed down.
Oh man, brand new bed.
Yeah, the only one we had. All four of us slept in that bed.
Oh God.
And so he slapped me. Look, when us Moors get mad, we don't feel pain. We get impervious to pain. I didn't feel nothing. I was hitting them back, and somehow or another, I got in the kitchen and got the butcher knife. He ran out the house. And next thing I know, here come my mama. I was waiting on that nigga. I was standing behind the front door. I was stabbing.
Oh my God.
And my mama said, you come out behind that door. What you doing with that knife? I said, I'm going to kill him that knife. I was mad.
Oh man.
So she got the knife from me. I said, I done beat one time before by my daddy. You ain't beating me no more. Now hit me again and you dead.
I heard that. So that had to be back before you was a Christian.
Oh, no, sir.
Oh man.
Let me see. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it had to be.
It was. I had met Brother Sam, the prayer, not yet. He
Okay.
was. But even if I'd been a Christian baby that day, he coming up with that noise. It wouldn't have been true. I use the word on the hell out anyway. That's still my language.
No, it's
But
okay. It's all right, Grandma. We can use the normal cuss words. We fine. So let's segue into your
that was the only fight we ever had.
right. I hope so, because I don't see. I don't know. I just don't see y'all fighting. I ain't gonna lie, because I see both of y'all demeanor. It seemed like he wouldn't care, and it seemed like he would be too nice.
No.
You can hold on.
Your grandpa was mad.
You right. You right. I haven't.
I saw him mad one time. We were living in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I think I told you this. And our neighbor, this boy, couldn't even come in that door. He would have to bow down to come in the door. He was that tall. And his wife was a little short woman, looked like he could just lick the salt off her head. And she was knocking on my door, and he would hit that woman. And I said, oh, I like to call her names. I said, why you hitting her? I was pregnant with Daniel. And sister girl in the kitchen got my butcher knife. I was standing between them.
Ooh, not the butcher knife.
Yeah, but she was whacking at him, but I was in the middle.
She almost cut you.
I said, oh, shoot, I like to call that man named then. I said, quit. I said, what y'all doing up in my apartment fighting? I said, if y'all gonna fight, go back to your own. Cause he had pulled my door off the hinges coming up in there. And so I finally got him calmed down. But you know what I didn't think about? I thought they could have killed me and my baby wife. She was whacking them. Right. But anyway, then was at the box candy company. That night, he was night shift. And he come in. I didn't say nothing. Me and Jennifer was in the bedroom. And so basement apartment, both of us had basement apartment, like Cam was there. Apartment. Here go ours. Over here. He said, what the hell? To the door. I said, oh man, I like to call that man name.
That's the third time you said that.
Anyway,
you ain't gonna call it.
I think of it after a while. Anyway. Oh, Mitchell.
Okay, Mitchell.
Mitchell. That was his name. I said, Mitch. I said, Mitch. And he had hit the door. I said, where is he going? Because I was surprised. I said, damn, where he going? He said, I'm going to see this. I said, no. I said, man, don't kill you because Dan was like a little ant up on that man. I was like, I'm kill him.
Yeah.
So he knocked on their door and he said, man, he said, what you do to my door and disturbing my wife? What's wrong with you? And he was looking up at my chest. He said, let me tell you something. He said, next time you disturb my wife, he said, I'm going to put the hell out of you. I said,